Yeah.
Thanks for listening to the AZ Wildcats podcast. I am your host, Mike Luke, joined by Jason Scheer. Hello, Jason Scheer.
Hello, Michael.
All right, we have got a lot to get to this show. By the way, for people complaining, my microphone will be totally fixed by the weekend. So thank me later, not now. All right, Scheer, we've got a lot to get to this show. We're going to talk about Arizona State, Colorado, Arizona, Deion Sanders. But first, listen, there's a lot of people out there that say, Mike Luke, he doesn't know anything. I broke the story that Jeff Sims will be starting for ASU this week. Scheer, and I am getting no credit for this. Why?
I don't know, Mike. Once again, you are on top of ASU news. You're on top of Colorado news.
Yes.
I mean, similar to how Ben White's on top of the tight end scene, you are on top of the Big 12 scene.
This is very true. Again, nobody giving me any credit, but I broke that. Sam Levitt is out. Jeff Sims hopefully in. So we will see that. Okay, now we're going to talk about Arizona and Colorado in this. We have thoughts on Deion Sanders. We have thoughts on basically everything. But let's hit the like button, by the way. Hit the like button. Okay, Scheer. First of all, let's talk a little bit about Colorado. I am going to give you some of the positives about Colorado. Their receiver room, and we're going to get to it in a little bit. I believe it's the best wide receiver room in the entire country. And if it's not, I don't know which one is. When you can have a guy like Omarion Miller who's not playing, but he's like your fourth or fifth wide receiver, that's really, really good. It is a loaded wide receiver room, and something that Arizona's gonna have to deal with.
Yeah, very funny joke, Kate Harrop. I like that one. Yeah, I mean, when you look at their like injuries, like we were talking about, like, oh, Jimmy Horn Jr. might be out, but even if he's out, like Wester's good, Shepard's good, Travis is good. Miller, I didn't even mention him. He's out, but he's good. They got another. I mean, they are absolutely. And I tweeted this before the first game. What people don't realize about Colorado, for all the crap that we give them, on paper,
they're loaded.
That offense is wild.
Right. Their offense is wild, and we're going to get to that in a second. Here is my problem. I get to ask this all the time. Here is my problem with Deion Sanders and what it has always been. Listen. Deion Sanders, at the end of the day, likes accountability only if it's accountability for something that he is not involved with. That has always been my issue with him. The whole Shiloh thing, obviously, he's run from that situation. He has not taken any ownership of it, and that to me is a big problem. But then he goes out and says that he's a leader of men and that he's not a follower. We're going to break some news on this show right now. Deion Sanders assured Colorado fans he will be back next year. He won't. Broken right now, officially 10:33 on a Wednesday. Scheer, what do you think about this breaking news as well, that Deion Sanders will not be back no matter what he is telling people?
Yeah, Mike, you know, you are the Colorado insider that we don't deserve in a way.
Right.
Like, we deserve you, but at the same time, do we, you know?
Well, listen, I am not beholden to the state-run media in Colorado. I am breaking this story right now that Deion Sanders will not be back in Colorado next year, no matter what he says.
And I believe you. I would like a Colorado fan or a media member maybe this weekend to come up to me and explain to me how they believe, and if they do, I'll credit them. Just explain it to me, that a team that loses Shedeur, Travis, Shiloh probably, why would Deion come back and coach that team?
Well, wait a second, though. Deion's a leader of men by his own admission, though. He's a leader of men. He said he's coming back.
There's people close to that program that have told me that it's like the vibe around the program is even that Deion probably won't be back. Like, it's hard to imagine a world where Deion is coaching some random quarterback where he's not going on the sideline and talking to his son before each game and all that. Now, he needs to manifest Deion to the Cowboys.
Kevin WN says, Mike, are you shooting from the hip here or do you have a potential source? Nope. I have a potential source. I have a boots on the ground. I will not out this source, but I know for a fact he will not be back. Boom. Period. Point blank.
Things are always fluid, but you are very confident in saying that this is the last time Deion Sanders will be playing in here. And the reason we could also say that is because even if you assume they're on the schedule, Deion will not be there in 2 years. I would be shocked.
Here's my other question then that we got to talk about with Deion Sanders is, how do I put this exactly? When it comes to Deion Sanders,
Be
how do you
careful.
think?
Be
Go
careful. No, I don't know. I'm just telling you, be careful. I'm looking.
Yeah. All right. I'm not gonna. Whatever. Okay.
I don't know what you're gonna say. I just once in a while need me to remind you to be careful.
Either way, like I said, but there is good news for Arizona though. Shiloh Sanders is playing this week. Shiloh Sanders. Listen, Shadur Sanders is the man. Shadur Sanders might be the first pick in the draft. He's really, really good. Shiloh Sanders is not the man. Shiloh Sanders is not good. He is not a good football player. It is good thing for Arizona that Shiloh Sanders is back in the defensive backfield, Scheer.
Shiloh Sanders to me is the epitome of like all flash, no substance. Like he would rather go for the big hit. We saw it against Kansas State. Every hit he tried to make, he was trying to kill a guy, and then he missed him because that's not how you play football. Like he doesn't wrap up. He doesn't he's not good this year. Like he's just and look, Mike, I know you don't like PFF. I know you don't like him, Mike, but I'm going to do this for you because you're my guy. Colorado has played 39 guys on the defensive side of the ball this season. Where do you think Shiloh ranks on PFF on the defense?
Dead last.
You're right. He's the dead last. By far. It's not even close, Mike.
No, that doesn't surprise me in the least. He's not good. You know what's funny about Shiloh, and this will always remember when he was talking before the Nebraska game, and he was saying, "We're about to mess you all up." He said it in different words. It was funny. They had I was listening to a Nebraska radio show like later on in the week, and they were talking about what one of the players told him, and one of the players said, "Yeah, man, like we just looked at him, and we're like, bro, you ain't good, man. You're going to be a reason you don't lose or you don't win." Shiloh's, like I said, and these are the Nebraska guys that are basically laughing at him as he's saying this. So yeah.
I'm going to go one more PFF for you because I know you love it so much. Who do you think is Arizona's worst defender? This is just me crapping on Shiloh. Who do you think is Arizona's worst defender?
Owen Goss.
Okay, let's just say Owen Goss, right? He's not on PFF. Owen Goss is like 25th on Arizona. He is 15 points higher in PFF than Shiloh Sanders.
Yes.
Shiloh would be the worst Arizona defender by far, not even close.
Yes, I don't know what else to say. Shiloh
Sanders. But the only thing that upsets me about that is like Arizona has to attack the middle of the field this week. It has to. It has to find a way.
They do. Yeah. Now let's get into that. Enough. We will go back to making fun of them in a few minutes, but let's talk about Arizona attacking the middle of the field. First of all, do we think that Travis Hunter will actually decide to cover T-Mac in this game, or are we going to pretend that he won't?
I'm also of the belief that Travis, are we sure Travis is playing?
I don't take Deion's word for anything, so no.
Well, he also said Deion kind of, I don't want to say he got out of it, but he was like something like Travis 100% intends to play this weekend. So he didn't say Travis is definitely playing. Yes. I think he probably is playing, but that's what's funny is I posted those stats, Mike, and I told you this last night, and the stats prove it, Mike. Montana was targeted 3 times against Hunter for 3 catches, 43 yards. Hunter couldn't guard him. Hunter could not guard Montana Lamonius Craig.
But we do, joking aside, we've got to work the middle of the field. And again, I don't care what anybody says. I don't care what anybody on your board posts. I don't need Sam Olsen in that game. I don't care. I need Kean Burnett in this game. Kean Burnett has to play in this game, Scheer, and he's got to play a ton. I don't want 3rd and inches, and we're throwing it to Sam Olsen on the sideline. No.
Now, I will say this to credit Arizona. I believe Burnett played more than Olsen this weekend.
Mm-hmm.
And it was only by a few snaps. I liked, there's ways to be okay with Olsen. Like that first play of the game where it's Olsen and Burnett, you know what I'm saying? And then Olsen is on the slot and the Burnett is in motion and Burnett caught that pass. Whatever. I love that play. Using Olsen as a decoy, I'm cool with that. I just don't want those 3rd and 2 plays where it's like everybody in the building knows it's going to Olsen.
I don't want that. I can't have that. Can't stop. Won't stop. What? All right. But also T-Mac, this T-Mac's had an odd season because if you look at it, like his numbers are fine. His numbers are really good. You know, he's on top 10 draft boards. It's just felt weird though. It's just felt weird. He's felt, I don't want to say disengaged. That's not the right term, but it's just felt weird. The vibes have been off. But I guess you could maybe say the vibes have been off with this entire team.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like I could tell you, and I think the vibes have been off. I agree with you, but have the vibes been off with the whole team? Like is T-Mac any different than anyone else? You know,
right.
So yeah, I get it, but you know, it's this is a big game for him. This is a money. From what I understand, as of yesterday, there's going to be 18 NFL scouts this weekend from at least 12 different teams. That's not Arizona Stadium. That's not normal. So this is a very big game for T-Mac, for Jonah, maybe biggest money-wise for Takario, right?
Well, let's get to Takario in a second. But Mr. Tyler Warden, the great Mr. Tyler Warden, says, I want goofy, funny T-Mac back. I kind of agree with that. Like, I don't...
It doesn't look like they're having fun this year. I think the pressure... And Brennan and Atkins have kind of insinuated this a little bit. I think the pressure is getting to Arizona a little bit. I think the players are very well aware of the expectations, and they're starting to kind of feel that pressure a little bit.
Did Brent Brennan know what he was getting into?
No. I think he probably knew the job itself, what he was getting into, but I'm not sure he realized just how high these expectations would be.
Yes, I would agree with that. Now, we're going to get to a fact or fiction segment here in just a second. But first, Empire Flooring. Empire Flooring. Scheer, when I say Empire Flooring, what does this mean to you?
Greatness, stability,
everything. Empire Flooring means everything. Joseph, be nice. And the thing with Empire Flooring as well is that it could be good enough for the Saint Lunatic. It could be good. Oh, by the way, everybody hit the like button. It could be good enough for pretty much anybody. Empire Flooring, though, is amazing. Here's the deal. Schedule a free in-home estimate today. All listeners can receive a $350 off discount when they use promo code PHNX. Restrictions apply. See empiretoday.com/PHNX for details. My friend. Also, game time.
Yes.
Scheer, it's your turn.
I'm not sure if I've ever told this story before, Mike, but I was at the Alamo Bowl and a gentleman was like, I really need tickets, but I'm good. I was like, sir, you need to go buy tickets right now. And he said, no, I'm good. I have the Game Time app. And lo and behold, 2 hours before the game, he wasn't worried about seeing one of the greatest bowl victories of all time as Arizona dominated the Oklahoma Sooners.
Now, when it comes to the call to action, take the Game Time or take the guesswork out of buying tickets with Game Time. Download the Game Time app, create an account, and use code PHNX for $20 off your first purchase. Terms do apply. Again, create an account and redeem code PHNX. Download Game Time. What time is it? Game Time. Ooh. Okay, now the offense. We have a let's see here. Pacifico Light says, I don't think our offense is far off. Just needed to carry the ball to turnovers. They are moving the ball better under Adkins. That is true.
It's really weird. And I asked Adkins about this. Like, there's good stuff. Like that first play to Burnett, the first drive of the BYU game was awesome. And then for whatever reason, the turnovers is probably the reason, it just stalls. And I said this on the phone to you, Mike, there's going to be a game. I don't know when it is, but there's going to be a game where those stalls stop and Arizona puts up like 49 points.
I mean, is that what Vegas is looking at? Honestly, because when you look at this line, Arizona's favored. They're going to be favored going into this game. What does Vegas see, Jason Scheer?
Road, number one. We've seen in the Big 12, the home team gets a significant boost in this conference. I think they think that Arizona's defense is good enough to slow down Colorado. And yeah, like yardage wise, time of possession wise, Arizona's been really good this year.
Now,
and eventually the dam is going to break. I believe it, Mike. I believe it.
Champs 04. I do not want to be lumped in with this, by the way. Scheer and I disagreed on Cam Scadaboo before the season.
I've already said this. Like, Champs, you come in here like every day. Like, I get it. I already said he would. I was wrong.
He's good.
It's fine. Like,
we can move on.
Cam Scadaboo, you can stop coming and watching our show now.
Here's the thing. Here's the thing. We are humble victors. We are humble victors. And Scheer is a Scheer's a humble loser. How about that? Okay. Now, Kobe L. Thiel says, Mike Luke, known Colorado and ASU insider. This is true. Like I said, I already broke the news. I'm breaking the Colorado news that the state-run media is not going to put out there. So there is that. Now, defensively, let's get to our keys to the game. The prodigious Kevin Thomas has our keys to the game. Oh. All right. Scheer, you disagree with all of these points. You don't think that we need to stop the passing attack. Tell me where I'm wrong.
I think you let them pass all you want, you know? And just, no, you're not going to stop the passing attack. I think what we mean is contain the passing attack. Like, Shedeur can't go for 400. If you hold Shedeur to 300, that's a good game. What's his lowest game of the year? I'm going to look this up, Mike, because I'm a man of research.
Yeah,
what do you think it is? What do you think his lowest game this year is?
I don't know.
You know his lowest game because it came against our boys.
Nebraska,
244 yards. 204 for 300 in every game. UCF, he threw for 290.
Yes.
Nebraska dominated him, man. Now, I will say this, though.
Also, has Colorado beaten a good team?
It depends. No. Their best win is Baylor. Man, I didn't realize how much Shedeur has been sacked.
Dude, that's going to be the key to the game. They have got to
3 times, Mike.
They have got to get to him. And that to me is the key to this game. And you talked about it. You made a good point when we were talking on the phone. They do have to. Oh, by the way, I love on the ASU board when they talk about, I'll get back to that ASU story in a second. Pressure Shedeur converting in the red zone. We have to get touchdowns in this game. No field goals. We love Tyler Loop. Even though Scheer doesn't like Steve Loop, I like Steve Loop. I like Tyler Loop.
Steve is at BYU. I waved to him. I don't think he saw me, but I waved to him.
Loops. We do not want to use the loops except for on extra points.
T-Burn said over under 2.5 sacks for Arizona. I'll tell you right now, if it's under 2.5, Arizona got blown out.
Yes. Arizona, I believe, here's where I need 4 sacks.
Yeah, I mean, they allowed 6 against Kansas State, 8 against Baylor, 5 against Nebraska.
Right.
You should be able to put up, and if I'm Dwayne McKenna, and I might kind of ask him this, to me, this has to be the most aggressive play calling you've had all year.
I would agree with that because here's the thing. If you let Shedeur have time, he is going to beat you. He's really, really good. I would love to sit here and say that he's not good. He's really, really good. You need to be able to, and especially too, if you're light on the defensive back, this is the game where not having Trayden Stukes, I think, really hurts.
Yeah, I mean, you're really looking at a situation where, like, Jack Luttrell is going to be in coverage this weekend. That makes me nervous. I
don't like that. Yes. Now Joseph says we could still drop Shedeur 6 times, and we could still drop Shedeur 6 times and still we could drop Shedeur 6 times and still lose. Unfortunately,
you could drop Shedeur 6 times and win. Your chances of winning when you get to Shedeur are way higher than if you don't.
Yes. Now, let's talk a little bit about. Oh, hey, Dilly just messaged me. Let's talk a little bit. Let's talk a little bit about where Jacob Manu. Is he out? He's not out the first half, is he?
No, but I have a bone to pick with people.
What do you got? Talk to me.
People are kind of blaming Manu for getting ejected against BYU. I think that's wild. Like, I watched that play. It's really not. I hate the targeting rule in college football where you get ejected. And number 2, I mean, it wasn't like a malicious play. He didn't do it on purpose. He called the players meeting. You know, he's the one that called it. But he's got to have a big game. But his game is only going to be as big as the defensive line plays. If there's pressure and the D-line is playing well, Manu's going to have like 15 tackles this weekend.
Yes, Manu, you got to get Manu out there. And again, that was really absurd. Like I said, I get the 15-yard penalty. I get all of that. But you don't kick him out. You've got to go with intentions, in my opinion. And that was absurd. You got to change that rule. Tyler
Warden, you asked this a couple times. So they did the play calling They don't do the play calling to Manu. They do it to Trey Smith. Manu they communicate to him. But if you look, Trey Smith is the one calling in the plays, I believe.
Yeah. Yes, it is. All right. Now, Puck Hansen is tweeting at me and he says, this is great. He says, I've heard these rumors floating around town that Scheer fired you. Is it true? And I said, yes, I said, well, I guess technically. And I said, so it's totally bogus. Yes, it's totally bogus. As much as I would like to say that
I fired you. In a way, I fired you.
You said that I couldn't work with you once I got a different job. Yes.
And did you leave Wildcat Authority?
I did. Oh no, I was kicked out. I was kicked out, my friends.
He was laid off. He wasn't fired. Let's be classy.
Laid off. Hard times, desperate times call for desperate.
It was a budget cut. I was paying Mike too much. I had a cut budget, and now I'm just look at me. I'm living lavishly.
Wildcat Authority was tightening the fat around the seams.
Now that I got rid of Mike, I live in a mansion. I mean, the numbers are up.
Yes. Now let's talk about offensively though. How many points for Arizona? Arizona has got to score points in this game. I'm going to keep coming back to that. That was actually one of the things that in our keys to the game. If the prodigious Kevin Thomas could bring this up again, also run the ball more. Arizona has actually had a very good yards per carry this year. Run the ball more, not less.
Are you playing I'm curious. Are you obviously you want to score, but are you trying to play the possession game?
No, I don't worry about that against teams that can score. I got to just score touchdowns. I get what you're saying, but I've got to score touchdowns. I think when you start playing the possession game, you start messing up with your game plan up. Although maybe it's good to mess your game plan up with Arizona. But
I mean, there's times like Arizona against BYU, like it didn't lead to a touchdown, but they had like a 12-minute drive.
I don't hate it, but I don't
matter against Colorado because they score so quickly.
I don't believe, honestly, and you and I have talked about this, I don't believe that those drives are sustainable, though, because when you've got 12, 13 play drives, every time it seems you got a 3rd and 4, a 4th and 2.
I'm going to ask Brennan tomorrow.
Do you think he knows?
I'm just going to say, like, are you a believer in the possession game?
I think that you've just got to got to score points. I don't really worry about it. And then you got to try to force a few turnovers here or there. Also, one thing that Arizona's got going for it as well, Colorado can't run the ball. I know you got Dallin Hayden and Charlie.
No, it's Auguste is probably getting your boy. Remember Arizona was recruiting him? Isaiah Augustave.
Isaiah Augustave, also a Spanish painter, Isaiah Augustave. But he is listen, I don't worry about their running game. If their running game beats me, so be it. I don't care about the walk-on that they threw out there. I don't care about Hayden. I also don't care about Augustave. If they beat you through the air, I get it. Or if they beat you on the ground, so be it.
I'd rather them run. And I know they have their run game isn't awful when they commit to it. They don't tend to commit to it because then Shedeur can't put up numbers. But we'll see. Like if they beat Arizona running, so be it. Because if you put 8 in the box, whatever, you're dead. You're dead before you even start.
Yeah, now Tacario Davis. This is going to be a big game. Talk about a money-making game for Tacario Davis as well. Here's what I ask for. If the ball hits you in 2 hands and the chest, pick it off. That's all I ask for.
You think Arizona picks off Shedeur this weekend?
I'm going with an interception. I think Arizona gets an interception this week. I do. Hey, do you think maybe at this stage, maybe this is the turning point in the season? Have we thought about that?
I think this is the turning point one way or another, right? Isn't it? Like if they lose, it's full panic. The players maybe start having second guesses. Now you're wondering if Arizona can make a bowl. If they win, you host West Virginia next week. You host Houston. Right, all of a sudden,
UCF, which isn't very good. I mean, all of a sudden that game looks more winnable.
Right. I mean, all of a sudden now you're. This is a. I know I've said this before with other games, but just the way the season has played out, this is a really big game.
This is a massive. I mean, this really is a massive game. All right, T Burns 826. Win, run the table, lose. Very well could finish 5-7. Yes, but here's the thing, though. There are 2 must wins on this schedule going forward. I'll look at Rad. I can't read that, but of course, Rad ZZ10 Daddy. Yes.
You know what's always weird to me with that comment? You have to go on social media or whatever it is.
Right.
Click on the link, sit down and watch this show.
Right.
And you're saying that we look ridiculous, but you're the one watching us.
You know what's always funny too? It's always some guy that does that too that looks like the exact opposite of how he actually is writing. It's like
100.
yeah, exactly. See ya, ta-ta,
What's our magic number? Someone asked before. You were going to say it before. The magic number. If Arizona scores X amount of points, they win.
34.
Vegas has the game basically Arizona 31-28.
Okay, get in the 30s and I'll take my chances.
I agree.
Yeah, get in the 30s and I will take my chances. That's kind of where I'm at this point. Mr. Tyler Warden says, back the A, back the mic, back the Scheer. By the way, also, Cade Harrop. Mr. Cade Harrop. We very much like this Cade Harrop. Can we go with Cade Harrop 2.0?
Yeah, why not? I think Cade's a good example. Once you understand what we're doing here,
yeah,
and don't take life so seriously,
we're harmless.
We're irresistible.
Yeah, we are. Seriously, man. Let's see here. Are you all sold on your QB? Oh, Sco Buffs Daily. Another Colorado. Here's what I'm going to say to Colorado fans that I find very fascinating about Colorado fans. This is in the last 20 years.
You're holding on to this. Take a mic.
I love this one. And Kevin, maybe we can make a graphic for this on Friday.
Also, is he wearing Shady Rays in those pictures?
I don't know. Hey, Kevin, can you pull that? Can you pull that? Maybe if he's wearing Shady Rays, I want to be nicer to him.
They could be Shady Rays.
Are those Shady Rays by any chance? Kevin Thomas, what say you? Are those Shady Rays? Yes or no? Give me the up or the down finger.
I mean, if they look cool, they're Shady Rays, and that's my opinion. Beauty's in the eye of the beholder, and I think any good pair of sunglasses, if you can't confirm they're Shady Rays, I always assume they're Shady Rays because I like to see the best in people, you know?
All right. Yes. All right. Fair enough. Kevin WN says Mike annoyed me forever with his hatred of Big Ten basketball. I'm sorry. I'm dying on that one. Either way, back to Sco Buffs Daily. Are you still sold on your QB and his 9 picks? You know what I'm sold on, and this is something that really baffles me about the Colorado. In the last 20 years, Colorado football has finished ranked once. In the last 20 years, Colorado basketball has finished ranked once. On the field, the results, you don't matter. That has to be honestly the worst. I would have in Power 4 conferences. Is there anything that's got to be worse than that in the last 20 years? 2 combined in basketball and football. That is really sad.
How many times has ASU football been ranked?
Oh, maybe ASU. Maybe
oh, obviously, Arizona State
obviously 0
ranked. Well, basketball in 20 years, they may have been ranked in basketball for 20 years. Actually,
no, I don't think at the end of the season.
Good point.
Yeah, JP66 says our last finish was higher than ASU has finished since 1996.
Yeah.
Yes, ASU and at Colorado.
I'm trying to see, was Herm ever ranked? No, so Herm wasn't ranked.
No, ASU has 2. ASU has 2 in football in the last 20 years, I believe. Maybe 3.
Who was before Herm?
Todd Graham. And then you had Dirk Cutter. Dirk Cutter, sorry.
Well, Herm was 5 years and never ranked.
Yep.
Graham was ranked in 2000. So the last time they were ranked was 2014, and they finished 14th in the country.
Okay.
It's been 10 years since football was ranked. And they were ranked twice in consecutive years. So Colorado, you are below ASU.
Yes, Colorado. I think that can we maybe get a graphic for that, Kevin Thomas, in the last 20 years?
Dirk Cutter might be. I need a T-shirt. This is Dirk Cutter.
Yes, so that's so what. No matter what happens, you have that going for you, and that is not a good distinction. Okay, now that we got that putts out of the way. By the way, Kevin Thomas never got back to me. I don't know if we're going to be able to do the putts of the week segment, but I'll
talk to your boss.
What's that?
I'll talk to your boss.
Yeah, either way. All right. So on that note, though, now before we're going to get to some football here in a second, but first. NUTRL.
Yes.
NUTRL.
Yes.
Listen, we've talked about the Saint Lunatic many, many times on this show. Many, many times. Kevin Thomas. What do we think that when Kevin Thomas is having a night out on the town with his friends, or or maybe a lucky lady, I don't know, whoever the case may be, and let's see here with Kevin Thomas, I would assume he has NUTRL.
Of course he does.
I don't think that there's any way that he doesn't have NUTRL. Go ahead and check out NUTRL, my friends. NUTRL. Now, you might be like Sco Buffs Daily. You probably don't like the team that you root for. and you're like, man, we're never ranked. Nothing ever happens. But you know what? For Skill Buffs Daily, if you drink a NUTRL, I can absolutely guarantee that your life will perk up a little bit. Keep it tasty. Enjoy responsibly. 2024 Anheuser-Busch NUTRL Elevated Flavored Vodka Carbonation, St. Louis, Missouri. Now, besides just that, branded bills. Now, the other thing about Skill Buffs Daily, I would also assume that he does not have branded bills. But if he does, maybe he's a little bit better than we give him credit for, but I doubt it. Either way, branded bills. Scheer, tell the people the story about branded bills.
Wildcat Authority hats. I got to send that to you, Mike. We're going to order some Wildcat Authority branded bills hats, and we're going to sell them. We're going to give them out. We're going to love everyone.
Yes, branded bills. Yeah, exactly. Now, you might see
Let me know on the side. You guys want the poofy logo or the logo just on the hat? That's what I'm kind of deciding.
Well, either way, yeah.
So you have it's flat, right?
But branded bills
was the flat one, right?
Branded bills, yes, exactly. But head to brandedbills.com and use code PHNX for $20 or 20% off your first order. Now, either way, check it out, branded bills. All right, now when it talks, let's talk a second now about Colorado fan. I need to be very clear on something here, and I think this is a very good point. I very rarely make a good point, so I need to be very clear.
Lots of good points, Mike.
There's two different Colorado fans to me. There is the Colorado fan that has been a Colorado fan forever. Totally cool with you. Totally, I have no issue with you. Then there's the one that are just here because of Deion. Those are the ones that are generally pretty crummy. Not always, but generally. So that's kind of there's two different fans for me when it comes to that, Scheer.
Yeah, there's guys like your boy is going at me on Twitter, Dalvin, right now, who's like,
who's
like, I'm a brand new fan. You're not a fan of Colorado.
You're not a fan of Colorado, dude.
You're a fan of Deion Sanders, huh?
Is he going at you right now?
Yeah, you're a fan of Deion Sanders and the circus, which is fine, right? But don't pretend like I know some very few Colorado fans that have been Colorado fans for quite a long time. But like that to me, you're not a Colorado fan, because when Deion leaves, there is a 0% chance that this large group of people will continue to follow Colorado.
Oh, they're totally gone at that point. They are totally gone. And that's what I don't really know what else to say. They're totally gone. Oh, this guy, I'm going to have fun with this guy later. Okay, yeah, I'll have fun with that guy later. No, but he's a putz. He would be on my Putz of the Week award list. But they're definitely different, though. They're 1,000% different, and that's what I have to say. Okay, now let's talk, though, about Arizona defensively then. Tacario Davis, Marquise Groves, Killebrew. Oh, Marquise Groves, Killebrew. Michael Killebrew has entered the it. Listen, all hands on deck here, man. Tacario Davis, Marquise Groves, Killebrew. We need who's the other DB? Why am I drawing a blank?
Manny.
Oh, yeah. It's gonna be a big game here.
Yeah, this is I call this a money game for all of them, right? Like, you're playing the best wide receiver you've played all year, probably. Whether you're Tacario, whether you're, Tacario, Travis Hunter's probably the best receiver. He'll play all year, right? Like, Groves, Killebrew, if he covers Wester or Horn, right? Probably the best. Like, this is your game.
Right. That's pretty much where it's at this point. You're going to have opportunities. You got to be able to make it happen. Now, at the safety spot, you've obviously got Dalton Johnson. The one that I really worry about in this one, though, is Owen Goss.
I think, Mike, that there's a very real chance, based on film and such, that you see Genesis at the star and NUTRL at the safety. That Goss is not as much of a factor as he was against BYU.
I can't. And here's the thing: I'm sure he's a great kid. Every time I say I'm sure he's a great kid, you're about to know.
But like, we saw the BYU game, and I texted you. Their first 5 plays were literally at Goss. Like, you rarely see that.
They're going at him. It's going to be
I worry about NUTRL, but I do feel much better with Genesis at the star.
Yes, 1,000%. I don't really know what else to say. That's 1,000% where I'm at this point. Now, with the let's see here. Let's get back to interesting. Okay, all right, I got you. All right, now with the Noah Fafita, I just need a couple things here. Don't back up 25 yards. Don't back up 25 yards. Don't throw the ball from the 4-yard line. Don't throw the ball from the 20 when you're at the 4. and you got to get back on track here somehow. I put, like I said, I put most of this on the coaching staff. I'm a big Noah guy, but at the end of the day, he's also made some bad decisions.
Yeah, I mean, the coaching staff says the right things, right? Like they say, look, he's getting hit way too much. That was very apparent during the BYU game. He's just getting hit. We have to make sure he's not getting hit.
Right.
Does that mean quicker passes? Hopefully, because I think you can score that way against Colorado. I'm curious to see what that looks like. But we do have to put some of the blame, as much as we don't want to, on Noah. Like there's turnovers that at the end of the day, it's not play calling. It's Noah making a bad read. It's Noah not throwing the ball well. So there's blame to go around, and everyone needs to step it up this weekend.
Now, Scobuffs Daily, actually with a good point. Can we see his profile again? I want to see if he's got a hat on, because maybe he does have a Branded Bills hat on, in which case
he's wearing a Branded Bills hat and Shady Rays.
No, is he wearing a hat? I can't see. Is he wearing a hat? Scobuffs Daily, are you wearing a hat? Because if you're wearing a hat, then I give you a lot of credit, because I'm assuming it's Branded Bills. But
he's also waiting outside his house because Empire Flooring is probably putting new flooring in there.
And you know where he's probably been before? The Gila River Resorts and Casinos. But listen, one thing that you do need to do, Google Tacario Davis. He's very, very good. Joking aside, he can't catch the ball. I have better hands than Tacario Davis, but Tacario Davis is a stud.
I would say Tacario Davis is probably as good as any corner Colorado will see all year.
Yes, so that is the one person that I would very much encourage you to look at. Now, Carl Schroeder. Is it Carl Schroeder or Carl Schrader? What do you think, Scheer? Is it Schroeder or Schrader?
Schroeder, dude. 100% Schroeder.
I don't know, because I had a teacher named Sandra Schrader, and it was pronounced just that, or it's spelled just that way.
No, I don't believe it.
No, it's true. He said, hitting the like button because I approve of the smoother ad transitions.
We're professionals here. I think it's obvious.
Hey, Kevin Thomas, are you happy with these ad transitions at this point? Have they been very good? Oh, he's giving me the middle finger, but it's a compliment. Or no. Oh, not the middle finger.
Thumbs up. Are your eyes okay today?
Yeah, I don't know, dude. I wore my contacts earlier today, and it was a bad. It was bad.
Very clearly a thumbs up.
Yes. Yeah, I do apologize, Kevin Thomas. I do apologize for all of that. But either way, Matt Atkins, though, let's talk. You think you made an interesting point. And Mr. Tyler Warden makes this point as well. Atkins is at least, by the way, I love saying Mr. Tyler Warden. That is such a good name. Mr. Tyler Warden says, Atkins has at least shown some ability to adjust. We had slants, mesh routes, more key and less fades against BYU, 1,000%. I will give that. But Scheer, you are worried about something, and you made this point on the phone last night. It is your point, not my point. Take the point.
Which one?
About the playbook.
Oh, this is what I think is happening. This is my theory. So I legitimately think that this is Dino Babers' playbook in his offense. And now that Matt Atkins has taken it over, you can't just change an entire playbook. But what we're seeing is each game, if you guys notice, since Atkins took over, there's plays that we haven't seen before. So like against BYU, we hadn't seen the RPO. We hadn't seen Olsen in the slot with Burnett in motion. Utah, there were some different looks. Texas Tech, there were some different looks. So I think there's going to be different looks, but I don't think this is Matt Atkins' playbook. I really don't. I think that this is Dino Babers' playbook, and Atkins is trying his hardest to put certain touches on it each week, because you can't just blow up an entire playbook.
Now, Scobuffs Daily is back. And by the way, this is actually a good back and forth. Scobuffs Daily says, okay, so Davis is locking up who? I'm going to turn this back on you, my friend. Listen, you got Travis Hunter. Everybody talks about him. Why did Colorado go out of the way last year to not have him cover T-Mac? And who he did cover, he gave up yards on. Scheer, you already put it.
Also, how do we define locked up in college football? Like, what's locked up? If team, like, you know what I mean? Like, if Horn Jr. goes 6 catches for 70 yards, is that locked up or no? Because he had 70 yards.
Yeah.
Like, if you throw for 400 yards and you score 2 touchdowns and you lose the game, were you locked up, or oh gosh darn, we threw for, it's college football is different.
Look who has entered the equation with somebody, the great Kevin Thomas, the prodigious Kevin Thomas, with this Colt Cannabis Company hat.
Indeed.
Way,
yeah,
no. Get our samples.
What? Oh, samples are here at the office. You gotta pop up to Phoenix, Mike. But I wanted to talk about Tacario versus the Colorado receivers. I said it in the chat, But I think like he'll probably get some help with Travis Hunter. I don't think we're gonna be seeing a lot of like just straight up like one-on-ones. But I think he can do well against anyone in the country. He practices against T-Mac every day, and I think that doesn't get talked about in these kind of conversations. Like if you're going up against a top level guy in practice every single day, you can defend guys who are at his level, maybe like one step below. So yeah, I don't think he'd have a problem guarding up against anybody. And to Scheer's point, it is difficult to define locked up. I assume he means like, not getting burned, not getting mossed in the end zone, kind of like
last year, Travis Hunter
T-Mac, but
last year against Travis Hunter, against Takario, Travis Hunter had 5 catches for 74 yards, no touchdowns. Is that locked up? Is that a good game? Like I
think that's just a good game. I think that's what most people would say is like a good game.
Yeah, but that's fine. Okay, he was hurt. Oh, come on. Also, Scheer, go with the numbers that Montana Lamonius Craig, according to PFF, put up on Travis Hunter.
3 targets, 3 catches, 41 yards. And he had that big one, I believe, in the 4th quarter, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, I don't really know what else to say here, man. And like I said,
remember that song, Mike? You want to sing it?
What's that
song? The Akon Locked Up song. Do you know that?
It's a good song.
No, I don't know that song, but buy me a drink. That was good.
Well, everybody have a good night.
Yeah, I don't think that was Akon. That's T-Pain.
No, that's T-Pain. Sorry.
That is T-Pain.
Sorry, I've been listening to Nip Hustle all morning. Anyways, I can rap any Nip Hustle you want. Last time that I checked, there was 5 chains on my neck. There was
I bet Sco Buffs did not see any of the last 10 seconds coming. I bet that's true.
Yeah.
I know that's right.
Come through, fly back, no cosign. I ain't need radio to do mine. I'm doing
Before
fine.
each game, I don't know if people know this, Mike and I have rap battles.
No, we
each other pumped up for games.
It's really amazing. All right, Scheer, tell me how you because you only have a few more or now you got like 10 more minutes. What am I saying? Let's see. JP66 says Montana won us the game in Boulder last year, and for that reason, I don't slander him. Now, have we underestimated that part of this, Montana's homecoming?
Look, he met with the media yesterday. He's excited. He's absolutely excited. I think he's going to have a good game. I really do. What's a good game for Montana? 4 for 44, like last game?
3. How about 3 for 41?
Yeah, I'll take it. But it's really tough knowing that Jeremiah is going to go off this weekend. So,
hey, I got a question. So if let me put it to you like this. So if Travis Hunter has another bad game like he did against Arizona last year, do we say that he was hurt? Do we say that he wasn't actually covering anybody, that he actually was? Do we
say that Montana dominated him?
Right. But let's see here. Skull Buffs Daily, giving a shout out to Montana Lamonius Craig. I forgot.
A lot of fans like Montana.
Yep. Do you think wow. Also,
last time they saw Montana, he was catching for 180 yards in their spring game.
Yes. Okay. Now, Jesus Vaz says, can you ask Scheer, does Brennan hire his next OC as his successor? I don't think that Brent Brennan is going to be in the position to announce his success.
No. That's not how that works.
Wouldn't that be the ultimate power play? Brent Brennan says, I'm going to be stepping down in a year, but here is my successor. Dino Babers, get ready for it, buddy.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see here. Rick Trimmer, NASCAR family aficionado, Rick Trimmer. Hunter left the game early last week, so we would have an excuse against T-Mac. That's a good point. Now, we've talked about Arizona breaking players before, and, we've seen it, and it's been time after time after time after time. Do you think that there's maybe something after this game? Does Scheer go into kind of a shell?
Yeah, we'll have to see it. Shedor's going to get hit a lot. Shedor is going to get hit a lot this weekend.
Yes, I would certainly imagine. So now, Scheer, give me your prediction, because I know you got to bounce in a few minutes, but give me your prediction in this game.
All week, Mike, I was going with Colorado. You know this.
Mm-hmm.
But then I said to myself, what does Vegas know? And then I looked at the numbers and I said, Arizona one day is going to have that breakout game. It's homecoming. Khalil Tate is the captain. I don't know why. I don't feel good about it. 30-27 Arizona.
Dude, I love it. And we will be absolutely unbearable. I absolutely love this.
I told you already. If Arizona wins on Saturday, Shelby and I will go live from the field for your post game.
Yeah. Oh, no, that would be amazing. That would be absolutely amazing. We need that to happen. I do think that. Oh, by the way, Carl Schroeder says this could be an R. Murphy breakout game. Seems to be getting healthy. I agree with you. Scheer, you made that point. I think we need to get Mello out there.
I'm going one further. Quali Conley, 120 rushing yards Saturday.
You know, I have no problem. It's funny. Like we had Tony Gimino on, and Tony Gimino was talking about, and that guy,
I
he said the running game is just okay. I think the running game's been fine. I have no problem with the running.
Consistent. It was really bad against BYU, but it's been good enough, I think.
Also, Jeremiah Patterson setting single game records according to Gringo Billy. So we will see. Also, now Scheer, before let me ask you this.
Sorry.
Yes. Now let's talk T-Mac. What does T-Mac do in this game? We assume that Travis Hunter doesn't cover him for business decisions.
9 catches, 100 yards, and he gets in the end zone. He's too good not to score eventually, right?
But we also think that he avoids T-Mac?
Oh yeah, yeah. I mean, it's crazy when you think about it. Quali's going to get 100. T-Mac's going to get 100. Montana and Jeremiah and Raymelo Murphy will combine for 100. I mean, I think Arizona's offense has and honestly, Colorado's defense is significantly better than last year. I'm not sure we actually give that enough respect. Their defense, while not outstanding, is night and day better than last year.
Oh, hey, can you stick around for like 4 more minutes? Kevin, can we do this before the break? We got to get the fact or fiction in. I do apologize.
Yeah, hurry up, go.
Yeah. All right, fact. Fact or fiction. Deion is here long-term like he says he is. Fiction, not a chance. We already broke it on the show earlier today that Deion is leaving after the season. It's been broken here. This is done.
Yes. Yeah.
Yes. All right. Deion's legacy will age well. I don't believe it will.
I disagree.
You think it's going to age?
He did exactly what Colorado wanted him to do.
Okay.
They brought an interest, sold out seats, gave Colorado national appeal.
So for a 3-8 and a 6-6, and then okay, fair enough. All right, now, let's go back. Deion is worth it. I said I would have hired Deion. Because listen, you're Colorado. You're basically, it's kind of a wasteland for football and athletics. I mean, we've been over it. You've been ranked once in the last 20 years, not good in both basketball and football. Deion brought you interest. So again, I had no problem hiring Deion in that situation because again, nobody cares at all about Colorado athletics. Deion brought you interest.
Yeah, it's kind of what I just said based on off his legacy. It's absolutely worth it. When you're at a school like Colorado, you absolutely hire a guy like Deion. No-brainer.
Yes. Now, CU, best wide receiver room in the country. I believe it is the best wide receiver room. I know that some people like Ohio State. I get that. But I don't think that anybody's deeper than Colorado. Like I said, I know he's out for the season, but when Amari and Miller can be your 5th wide receiver, your 4th wide receiver, that's really good.
It's either Colorado or Ohio State, in my opinion. Because the problem is it's not a problem, but when you look at Ohio State, you got Jeremiah Smith, and then you got Emeka, who are awesome. Carnell Tate is pretty good, but then there's a drop-off, right? And so I think Colorado is probably the deepest in the country.
Well, that's where I'm going with.
Just memorize Ohio State's wide receiver room.
That's where I'm going with as well. Okay, Scheer, you are hopping off. I will start defending you on Twitter as soon as the show is over. But on that note, very much appreciate Jason.
And thank you once again for breaking news and being the Colorado insider we all need.
And breaking ASU news on this show. By the way, Jeremiah Smith or Jeremiah Patterson higher ceiling Kevin WN. That's a good one.
You know what you're getting from Jeremiah Smith. He's kind of hit that already. Patterson's still going. I can't either.
We don't know how good Patterson can be.
Yeah, we don't know how good he's going to be. We know how good Smith is.
Scheer, you have fun at that presser and let me know about Takario Davis question.
Right.
Let me in.
Hello, Erika Elday. How are you doing today?
Good morning, chat. I just wanted to first of all say I was low energy yesterday because I hadn't had any caffeine. Don't you guys worry. I went to the Circle K early this morning, picked up my...
You still sound low energy.
No, I don't. What are you talking about?
You sound very quiet.
Listen, Mike. Hello?
Yeah, I'm here.
Is it that quiet?
You're better.
Do I need to yell?
You're fine. You're Erika Elday. Is Erika
Erika is
into
speaking into a key
It does
fob.
look like a
Yes,
key fob.
it is. Yeah, that's exactly what it is.
Yes. Okay. Now let's talk a little bit, Miss Erika L. Day. Before we get to any of this, though, hold on a second. Before we get to any of this, we need to talk about something that I think is very important. The Gila River Resorts and Casinos. Let's do it. Let's do it. Come on, get the wave going. Get the wave, the backstroke. Everybody get in there. Come on, everybody. You know, we've been light on waves lately. Anyways, check out the Gila River Resorts and Casinos. You could be like Erika L. Day. Hey, Erika, have you ever been up there partying with your cool friends? And
Of course.
yes, and you've probably been at the Gila River Resorts and Casinos. This is true.
Many times, actually. Yes, I
Let's
love
go.
the
Look at all these
casino.
waves coming in. Joseph with the wave, Andy Bryant with the wave, Kevin WN, fun immersive experience at Gila River Resorts and Casinos, Dennis Walsh, TJ Van Martyr, Roy Samuels. Ouch, I got a cramp from all those waves. Either way, our good friend Benwin White in Spain, probably thinking about the Gila River Resorts and Casinos wave. But either way, it's a fun immersive experience, just like Erika L. Day. You do you at the Gila River Resorts and Casinos. This is very true, Erika L. Day.
This is indeed. You can catch me there many days of the week.
Okay, yeah, many days. Probably like the question about the Gila River Resorts and Casinos is when isn't Erika L. Day there? That is the question.
Right.
Okay. Now, also one other one that we got to talk about here. What is this? Hello Fresh. Now listen, you might be like Mike Luke. That man only eats good food. He only eats food that is good and nourishing for his body. And you might say, wait a second, where did this all come from? HelloFresh. It changed my life. I can't put it any way better than that. Here's the deal. Just like Erika L. Day, get 10 free meals at HelloFresh.com/PHN or free Wildcats. Ooh, nice. Applied across 7 boxes. New subscribers only. Varies by plan. That's 10 free HelloFresh meals just by going to HelloFresh.com. Free Wildcats. It is highly encouraged. Oh, no, that's part of the read. Okay, but either way, check out HelloFresh. Now, I do think that, let's see here. I do think Kevin L. Thomas has a thought about this.
Yes, Mike, you're a wild boy. But yes, I was a HelloFresh subscriber at one point. I think everyone should try a meal subscription service like HelloFresh. If you're trying to get in the habit of cooking at home, trying to stop eating out as much, I know that gets really expensive. Go with HelloFresh. They deliver everything to your door, ready to cook. It's super easy. Easy weeknight meals. I used to do it in college. It was super helpful. So yeah, HelloFresh.
Yeah,
Everyone under 25 has heard of HelloFresh. Mike Luke, however, he needs it more than anyone.
Yes, I never heard of HelloFresh. Now, let's see here. Mr. Tyler Warden says, false, Andy Bryant, very false. Mike is constantly cooking up on the mic when he sings Nip Hustle. Last time that I checked, I was looking at the wave. Okay, now, let's talk a little bit about, John Day, Colt Cannabis, please. Just kidding, John Day. All right, now, let's talk a little bit about Arizona, Colorado. It is your prediction time, Erika L. Day. You are predicting a big Colorado victory. Why?
I'm not predicting a Colorado victory. First of all, I'm actually here to confirm 2 things. Number 1, I'm backing the A. I don't know what Mike Luke is yapping about. I'm taking Arizona in this game. You're not going to catch me betting against Noah Fifita and T-Mac. Period. End of story. What I will say is yesterday, I did confirm boots on the ground that the PHNX Sun Devil show is in fact rooting for an Arizona Wildcat victory this weekend over Colorado. This is big news.
Well, honestly, come on. They should. I would root. It's the only time I would root for ASU. I would root for ASU right now against Colorado. It is the battle of good and evil here. Although ASU's not good, but it's kind of
the lesser of 2 evils.
It's the lesser of 2. Oh, very, very good. Erika L. Day's master's education coming in there. Very, very impressive. But this is going to be, like I said, I totally agree though. This is a game that if Arizona wins, we're right back in it. The wave is flowing. But if Arizona loses, yes, that's kind of where I'm at this. Now, we will be doing something, especially you, because I'm going to have to get up to the press box pretty early. But Erika L. Day, what will be going on Saturday?
Listen, pregame, watch party. I guess it's not a watch party. It's a pregame party. I'm so sorry. This Saturday, before Arizona takes on Shador and the Colorado Buffs over at Bourbon and Bent, you can hang out with me, Mike Luke, Leah, Shane Diefenbach, probably our good friend Kobe L. Thiel. Maybe even Tyler Warden will make an appearance. I think that, all of you guys should be there, but Branded Bills will be there. NUTRL will be there. Everyone good will be there. So, obviously you should stop by the Bourbon Bent, say hello, get some neutrals, hang out with us. And, maybe we can all walk over to the Arizona Stadium together. Maybe we take the trolley, who knows?
The trolley, exactly. That would be very good. Yes, that would be very good. Now, also, Colorado, then, what is your biggest fear in this game for Arizona? Mine is the passing game of Colorado, Erika Alday.
I heard you and Mike talk about it earlier today. I'm sorry. I heard you and Scheer talk about it earlier today. I just don't want Shador to throw for more than 400 yards. I think that is definitely like the key to them winning the game. I also need the defense to be extremely engaged in this entire game. Like, I don't want Takario using all of his energy on talking crap. And obviously this is a great game that we kind of want to see them talk crap, at least a little bit for the vibes. But again, I don't want them using all of that energy to put the Buffs back into the ground after the play call's already over.
Kevin Thomas has entered it.
Yeah, I totally agree with what Erika was saying, because when you asked her that question, my first thought was, geez, I really hope that we don't have a game where Shador, then they pop up the stats and it's like 22 for 25 and like 250 with 3. I don't want to see that. I don't want to see that anywhere near my screen. We have to make him throw incompletions. We have to put pressure on Shador. If he gets comfortable and starts cooking in the kitchen, I'll be really sad. That's all I gotta say.
Score. Big picture. We have to score.
Yes, as much as I love being a looper, I
don't
really
want to see him
touchdowns.
Yes.
Let him kick off.
Yes, exactly. Let them kick off. Let him show his leg there. Oh, John Day. Oh, I got a question since John Day is in the chat with the lovely Erika L. Day. What does John Day think of Kobe L. Thiel?
He does. They're not friends. And I will tell you that is primarily because my father is a Padres fan and Kobe L. Thiel is a Diamondbacks fan.
Huh. All right. Well, fair enough. Is that why?
That's the primary reason. I'm not gonna
pace in Arizona. No. Okay. Now, all right. So, anyways, prediction time. I'm gonna go with my prediction as well. I believe Arizona's gonna win this game. I've been saying all week that I think Colorado's gonna win. Guess what? I am going with the prediction of 34-28 good guys. Erika Alday, what say you?
I don't remember the score I said yesterday, and I don't want to lie on myself, but I'm gonna say it again. 31-28 Wildcats.
Now, is that one of those vape cartridges?
No, it's you've literally seen this in person. You've held this in your hand, Mike.
Oh, I have. Okay, sorry about it. Yeah, well, let's be honest here. Okay, now Kevin L. Thomas, why don't you get in here with your prediction as well?
I was really hoping you didn't ask me that, because I've been waffling on this game all week, going back and forth between back in the A and picking the Buffs.
Back in the C.
Yeah, you might have to catch me on Friday. I might have to ride the fence here and just say catch me on Friday's show, and I'll have a prediction on Friday. I gotta really hit the crystal ball. I gotta really see into the future with this.
Kevin, you're disappointing me.
I'm sorry, but yeah,
who would have backed the A?
Who?
Jacob Franklin.
Jacob Franklin. Oh, by the way, Jacob Franklin messaged me yesterday, by the way. Jacob Franklin messaging me, asking me where I heard the news that Sam Levitt would be out and that Jeff Sims would be in. Mike Luke, ASU Insider. I should start doing my own.
Colorado Insider as well.
Colorado Insider. Erika Alday, did you hear about the two different things that we broke on this show today?
Of course I heard. I was listening to the show before I was on it, Mike. You think I'm uneducated?
Well, I didn't know if you were listening to Talking with John Day or not.
No. I always have to listen to you and Scheer so that I can reiterate what you said earlier in the show. You know what I mean?
Can we pull up this picture of John Day real quick here?
No. Kevin Thomas.
We don't have a photo. We don't have a photo.
Just click on the profile.
Just populate a comment.
Yeah, hold on. Yes, exactly. Hold on. Let me find it. Okay, there we go. Show. All right, let's see. Oh, wow, what a beard. Does he still have this beard?
No, he doesn't.
Oh, that makes me sad. Okay. Either way, we will be back tomorrow. We have to take the day off. I'm only allowed to work 5 days a week, but I will say this, though. No better time to become a PHNX diehard. No better time. Kevin L. Thomas, if you could pull this up. Diehard membership, free t-shirt, access to all your premium written content, entrance to the Discord lounge, discount on all events. Okay, now, Erika L. Day, what do you have going on?
Actually, tomorrow I do have a PHNX Mercury show at 5 o'clock, so be on the lookout for those links. Pop in there, and then I will see all of you on Saturday at Bourbon Bent for our pregame party. And then, like I said, we can waltz on over to the game together and, cheers with some neutrals.
Will you have fresh nails by then?
Honestly, I was hoping the answer is yes. But considering I'm golfing on Friday, I'm not sure the answer will be yes.
By the way, I ate half of her food that she had there, and it was very tasty at Bourbon Bent. So show up there. But
they have really, really delicious honey mustard. I'm not sure if anyone else is a honey mustard connoisseur like myself, but theirs is very delicious.
All right. For the lovely Erika L. Day, for the prodigious Kevin Thomas, everybody on there, you guys are fantastic. For John L. Day as well, you guys are amazing. All right, we will be back with you on Friday. TTFN, ta-ta for now. You have been listening to the AZ Wildcats podcast. Ride the wave.
We all silly like the mayor.